Good morning, Stampers. This is Kelly from Kelly's Creative Stamping Studio. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Birch Tree, Missouri, and I'm glad to have you with me this morning. And it is really early this morning. It's about 4:45 in the morning, and this is not my normal time. I have fought with this video 3 different times and trying to get it to upload, so I'm hoping this morning is the magic number. This is going to be the first in a 4 or 5 part series that I'll be doing called October Daily, where I will use exclusively Stampin' Up! Products from our new holiday catalog to create a memory-keeping album. This is a spin-off from Allie Edwards' December Daily, and the October Daily started maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I think it started mostly because people just couldn't wait for December Daily to start planning, so they needed something to start getting them warmed up for the December Daily. And December Daily is basically memory keeping the little things that tend to get lost in all the hustle and bustle of the holidays. And since we think of Christmas when we think holidays or we think Thanksgiving, the hustle and bustle really starts as soon as the kids go back to school, because it seems like it's a downhill slide from the time the kids go back to school until after the holidays are over with the 1st of January. So I used non-Stampin' Up! Products last year in my October Daily. Just raided my stash, put stuff together, see what I had. But this year, with the new catalog, holiday catalog, there's a really awesome suite in here that I want to introduce you to. And it is called Toil and Trouble. Now, I'm going to slide this over so you can see some of the images of the things that have been made with the items from the suite. And yes, the baker's boxes are included in the suite. They are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 2 1/8 inches. You get 8 boxes for $7. They're perfect for 4 to 6 cookies, a cupcake, maybe 4 mini cupcakes that you can give as gifts for the holidays. And you can use them not just for Halloween, but Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day. But remember, items in the holiday catalog expire January 1st. So if you want to look ahead to Valentine's Day or Easter or birthdays for the coming year, you'll want to get these boxes now. And they come in all white, and then you color them either with our alcohol markers or with paint. But here are the items in the suite. First off, we have the Cauldron Bubble stamp set and the coordinating Cauldron framelit dies. Now remember, you can buy the stamps and the dies separately. So if you don't have or don't want to worry about cutting the dies, but you want to do the stamped and coloring images, then you can get just the stamp set. But if you want the dies as well, you're better off buying the bundle and saving 10%. And in a little bit, I'm going to explain to you how you can get that for an additional 20% off. Also in that suite, we have the Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper. And I have samples of that here in 2 forms, actually. But let's go with the full-size sheets first. We have bats. Now this bat coordinates with our bat punch. Now I'm not sure if these will line up with the punch. I don't think they do, but you can punch these out of the black foil or basic black cardstock, and then layer them on top of your background to give the bats a little bit more dimension. On the back side of the bats, we have our starry sky. Then we have our frogs. I think these frogs are adorable. They look like they're trying to hop away from the cauldron. Unless, of course, we've got one here. I hope I can see it. He looks like he's saying, ta-da! And then we have our witches' hats, our cauldrons, our kitties, some great border designs, the bubbling background in the lemon lime, or the granny apple green maybe, or lemon lime twist. We have the pumpkins and the witches' brooms, and I'm going to hold that up so you can see the border there. Our friendly little ghosts, and a nice stripe and gorgeous grape. And then we have our adorable witch in multiple outfits, and our black cats against the pumpkin pie background. One of the things with this suite, and why you might want to get the framelits as well, is The witches' hats will cut out with the dies, as will the cauldrons and the cats. The pumpkins are easy enough to fussy cut out. I thought there was one more in here, and the witch. That all cut out with the dies, so you wouldn't even have to stamp or color. You could just get the paper and the dies and make some great cards that way. Along with the papers, there is a black foil. And the foil is unique. Most of our foils have been colored on one side and white on the other. But this has got a gloss fit to it, but depending on how you have it in the light, you also get like a matte finish to it. You get 2 of these sheets to a pack. Whoops, stuck to my... washi tape. You get 2 of those to the pack. 12 by 12 sheets for $4. We also have, this ribbon is cool. I love this ribbon. This is our black 3/8 inch glittered organdy ribbon. And can you see the glitter in there? And because of the glitter in the ribbon, this organdy ribbon has a little bit more stiffness to it than some of our organdy ribbons in the past. So it's got a nice little bewitching sparkle to it. And then we have these cute little spiders. And these come 12 to a case for $6. And I think they're adorable. And they already have the little eye charm on the end, so you can make them easy to attach to anything. Or you could cut one of our mini dimensionals in half and it would fit right into that back, so you could snip this off with a wire cutter and then just use just the spider image. Our new colors for our Stampin' blends with this collection are Mango Melody and Basic Black. We finally have a black in our Stampin' blends. So this is the suite we're going to be playing with. I'll give you a close-up shot of the dies, and here's some of the bats that I punched out. But you also have the additions of, not only can you have dies that will cut out the images stamped here and from the Designer Series paper, you can also stamp and cut out the frog and the ghost and the broom. But then you also have this little star die, that's what I meant to say, the star die, that this and the cobweb both would be great for just using with our embossing mat and creating dimension on your background. Okay, another thing that's in our catalog but I think would look great with this set is our red rhinestones. Now there are a lot of colors that coordinate with this set, so you have a lot of color options to play with. Let me move the catalog out of the way here. This shows you all the patterns, and this also comes, the colors that this coordinates with are Gorgeous Grape, Pumpkin Pie, Granny Apple Green, of course Basic Black, Highland Heather, Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Mango Melody, Petal Pink, and Lemon Lime Twist. 10 awesome colors from our families that you can use that will coordinate with these papers. And one of the things that I did was I created my own Memories and More card pack to use as a basis, because with a December daily, let me see if I can find my book really quick from last year. I just had it yesterday. There are lots of ways to do an October daily. Some people are using Traveler's Notebook. Some are using our standard Memories and More album. one of the things that I recommend is that you create a combination of foundation pages using your cardstock, and you can do this either in the solid 6x8 sheet, and then mix and match with some of our pockets. And you can cut the pockets apart to create partial sheets for flip pages. And if you stagger them, if you'll see here, I've got this one on the top 2 rings, then I have this one on the bottom 2 rings. And this, it kind of helps level out the book so you don't have all your bulk in the same spot. I did the same thing here with the numbers. I've got one number down here in this corner, and then I've got another number up in the top corner. And the numbers coordinate with the days of the month. See, here I used foundation pages, and I've got these cut from chipboard shapes that I believe were Simple Stories, mixed with our pocket pages. So here's a 2-in-1. Here's one of our 4x4s. Again, a flip. We can use things to create pockets or little additions on the pages. So there's lots of things that we're going to be able to do with this suite. And as I said, I started by creating a Memories and More base pack. These are all my trimmings left over from where I cut my pieces apart. My Memories and More kit is cut from 1 sheet of each of the Designer Series papers and 1 sheet each of the colored cardstocks. Now I only did, I guess the other day when I was cutting the cardstocks, I guess I only did 3x4 mats of the cardstocks. So I cut 1 sheet each, and I got 4 of each color from off of that, plus trimmings to use. I also added white. It's not one of the basic colors that's listed, but Whisper White is one of the background colors. So here was my black foil. Now the foil I cut different from everything else. This one I only did 1 4x6 and then 4 3x4s from the 1 sheet of black foil. But everything else I cut 2 4x6. This gave me 1 of each side to work with, plus 2 3x4s to give me 2 of each side to work with. And I cut that from 1 12x12 with some extra pieces to play with for creating embellishments. So we have 1 sheet each of the 10 colors of cardstock, 1 sheet of the black foil, and 1 sheet each of the Designer Series paper. The other thing I wanted to show you, over the next 3 or 4 videos, we'll be combining these elements to create our own October daily, so that by the time we'll be building our foundation pages, so that by the time October 1st gets here, we will have our base album put together, and then we can do our pictures, do journaling. If you don't want to do, if something doesn't happen particularly on October 7th that requires a photo, you can do journal, or you can do a small scrapbook layout with some of the other elements from that suite. You can just create a card to slip in there to send to somebody, and then have a photo of the card that you put in there that day. On Pinterest, you'll find that there are lots of bucket list kind of items of things that you can do in October. Visit a pumpkin patch, have hot apple cider, have a weenie roast, be in a costume contest, take a nature walk. Lots of different things that you can do that just kind of slow us down a little bit and let us enjoy the change of the season. Now I do have some other of our current punches that I'm going to be using. Aside from the bat punch, I'm going to be using our pretty label, our cat punch from last year's holiday catalog, and I'm going to lay these off the side so the light doesn't glare. our Duet banner punch, our triple banner, and our scallop tag. Now, if you're making a card or something and you know you're going to put it on your blog, and you always find yourself going back and looking into the catalog to see, okay, what was the name of that punch? I've used my Brother label maker and put a tag on everything, and this one tells me that this was from, the scallop tag topper was from our holiday catalog last year. In the same way this way. I store them in my basket this way so I can see the design, but if I have to know the name of it for a blog post, it's right there in front of me, and that doesn't take up any time at all to do. So that is our October daily. I hope you'll come back over the next few weeks as we put this together. And if you're doing October daily, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to check out your album and your videos. Also, if you would please like this video and click the subscribe button. I'd love to have you in my studio whenever we can get together. Right now, as I said, I'm fighting with some video upload issues. I had this recorded and uploaded it, and when I used Clipchamp, it cut it off about 2/3 of the way through. So I thought, well, must have been something wrong with that video, so I need to redo it. So here we are. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you look into our holiday catalog. Oh, I did promise I was going to tell you how our holiday catalog is one of the absolute best times to become a demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Even if you don't do anything else past signing for your kit, you get to hand select $125 worth of product for $99 plus tax. You get free shipping. Your kit will also come with a paper pumpkin kit, so that will introduce you to paper pumpkin and let you be able to show that off and maybe get others interested in paper pumpkin. But the cool thing is when you think about ordering, let me get to one of the bundles here really fast. When you think about ordering, you get 10% off the bundle, but then as a demonstrator, when you place your order, you get an automatic instant 20% discount. So you would be getting the Spooky Sweet stamp set and Bat Punch duo for 30% off as opposed to 10% off as a demonstrator. There is no obligation to continue. If you just want to pick up your $125 worth of product from this catalog, and let me tell you, there's a lot, and then call it a day, that is super. We are okay with that. We have demonstrators who come in and sign up only during Christmas, during our holiday catalog, and during our celebrations catalog. They drop off. The next rotation comes around, they join again. We understand that. But if you would like to start this as a business, then you're only required to sell $300 in product in a quarter, which is a 3-month period. And you can do that either with your own purchases, which is what I managed to do even before my customers pick up the tab. But you can do virtual parties online. You can just show the catalog around and collect orders. You can do classes either in your home or someplace else. One of my downlines, she does 1 class a month. That's all she does. Then she picks up the rest with what she wants. And she's okay with that. She has another business that she does, 2 other businesses that she works on the side. So this is her way of getting her favorite products to play with at a really good discount. And that's okay with that. So if you'd like to consider or find out more about becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, go to my blog and you'll see a contact form on the sidebar. Also, if you do not have a demonstrator that you are working with and would like to have a catalog, I will send you not only our holiday catalog, which just started on Wednesday, but also our annual catalog as well, so that you have 2 catalogs to shop from. Also, when you select your kit, you can select your kit from both catalogs. So you can pick whatever you want for that $99 investment. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a great weekend and creative blessings.